Hello, everyone, and thanks for coming. I'm just sharing this with the links, so please bear with me for two seconds as we find out where the rest of this is. Mhm. So, just so that everybody's aware, ZZ. Do you know who knows ZZ from Binance? Anybody? Anybody at all? He's the CEO of Binance. He's holding up four fingers. So, any guesses as to how much he's willing to reduce SHIB circulating supply by? 4 trillion or 4 billion? I'm thinking probably along the lines of 4 billion. So, if he reduces it by 4 billion, how much value does that add to SHIB circulating supply? Anybody? Okay, so this is a safe zone and a fun zone. So everybody's welcome to have fun in there. Share, like, and make sure you comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We want to see everybody get absolutely excited when they come in. Like, I mean, exuberant when they come in here. So everybody can have a great time. And share in the rewards as the SHIB community grows. So the whole purpose of this is that everybody grows together. So we're going to get into this disclaimer. So this is not financial advice. Please take everything that you learn here with a grain of salt. Do your own due diligence. The due diligence is the website. So if you want to learn more about SHIB and without getting distracted from what's going on with the rest of the world, SHIB Worldwide 50/50 Raffle is your educational tool. Okay, there's rules and conditions, of course, to the raffle draw, but but the number one thing that we talk about here is how SHIB is going to affect you and help everybody in the world. So that's the whole purpose of it, is to bring everybody together. SHIB was developed for that reason alone. It got sidetracked and people started falling off the waistband, but we're trying to bring everybody back together to have fun, take part, and get excited again. So we want to make sure everybody has a great time when they come in, and there's no discrimination whatsoever, right? So because finances don't discriminate, accounting don't discriminate, debt does not discriminate. So please be aware of that, right? So when we talk about what we want to do here, what we want to do is I'm going to go in and check the account and see how many tickets are sold at this time. I'm telling you right now, at 5:40, if you don't see any tickets or accumulations on the website, that means that there is no ticket sales. Now, if I go and look and see ticket sales, that means that we're gearing up for tomorrow's draw. Okay, this draw is over at 5:30, and this is normally where I come in and tell you that we've sold so many tickets and that we're ready to go. Unfortunately, it looks like it's not good for ticket sales. It looks bleak. No, ticket sales are one part of this, and it takes time for the ticket sales to actually start acquiring. As more people get used to it and find out more about it, it becomes more accessible. So right now, as it stands, hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah, right now as it stands, we have no orders. So we have no ticket sales, guys. So what that means is we have zero ticket sales, which means we'll get carried over to the next day. Okay. Um, so if we sell tickets, we'll host a raffle. Absolutely. And then the clock is 3 minutes and 5 seconds right now. And I'll share this thread. Three minutes, 0 seconds. I'm still not well. Have a headache. So it's going to be a short night. When they don't sell any tickets, of course, it's going to be a short night because there's no ticket sales. If this was a live event, we would go get a generator. We would go and make sure that everybody's tickets are validated and then that they got their tickets. I get checks all the time. So it would be telling me that it's coming in. Tickets are coming. Ticket sales are coming in. So therefore, everybody can win in this raffle, right? So and then we as a community we would appreciate anybody buying a ticket. Anybody buying a ticket actually takes part in the reduction of the SHIB circulating supply, and therefore would be create more demand for the currency. So is SHIB 50-50 raffle the ideal systematics for SHIB? Absolutely not. Doesn't Every single company, every single organization haven't taken part in the SHIB raffle burn won't understand what it is. But Vladimir Putin did it for them back in 2021 when he burned 410 trillion SHIB. Now, once he did that, he had to create 3 wallets. He created one wallet first, and then he created the other 2 wallets after. We created those wallets to reduce the circulating supply because he was given 500 trillion in supply. He was given half of the supply of SHIB. And what did he do with it? He was smart, right? He burnt it because he owed so much money in taxes. So when he did that, he reduced the amount of taxes he would have to pay. He eradicated his taxes that he had to pay because of his donation. Okay, so I want you to think about that. If you were to hold half the supply and burn half the supply, that would make you extremely wealthy, except the fact that you'd have to put some on the marketplace so people could get a hold of it and then build on the community. Well, what happened was shit was created in 2020 in what month? August, right? So after August, in August it was created, and then 2021, when everything started to take off, right? Everything started to take off in 2021. That's why in 2025, that is very important because that's when the bull market cycle starts for altcoin season. So, but SHIB isn't an altcoin. SHIB isn't a meme coin. SHIB has governance. SHIB has zero governance. It has utility. And when you have utility, you have insurmountable, uh, endless opportunity to take part in SHIB. And that's the whole purpose of this, is to get you educated in SHIB. So this turns into, we don't hold the raffle, this turns into an educational platform, okay, to teach everybody, to get everybody excited about SHIB. And we only cover SHIB because it's the only non-governance except for Bitcoin. 3, 2, 1. Woo! That would be our raffle draw, guys. It's 5:45. And then we're hoping by 7 o'clock we're awarding everybody their money. And by 7:30 or 7:45 or 7:15, we are burning SHIB live for everybody to see. That would be massive. That's exactly what we want. That's the exact pattern. Now, depending on how many tickets we sell only 21,000 or 42,000 or 100,000 or 200,000 tickets. It would happen faster because there's only one winner. If we had 20 million tickets sold, it would take a little longer. If we had a billion tickets sold, how many tickets can we sell? Maximum tickets we can sell is 30 billion, right? Right now at 29. So just so you know, that's the amount that we can sell. Period. After that, we have no supply left. I want you to understand that after 30 billion tickets are sold, there's no supply left. 15 billion will be divided up between the winners. 15 billion tickets are gone to the dead end wallets. And then half the supply is left from that. You can see how fast this could accumulate really quickly and how it would impose on everybody in the marketplace. And that would definitely get people's attention. You'd have the stock market talking about it. You would have every organization on the planet talking about it because that is phenomenal. You would never ever see this, right? And then it happens again the next day, and again after the following day, and then again after that, and then it just snowballs. Everybody will want to get in because now half the supply is gone, another half of the supply is gone, another half of the supply is gone, another half of the supply is gone. It doesn't take long to figure this out, right? It doesn't take long at all. Once the supply is diminished that much, it's just a snowball. Everybody wants to get in it because it is reducing its circulating supply. And then I'll tell you right away, I'll say, what are the benefits of a reducing circulating supply? What are the benefits of it? The benefits are it adds value every single day. And it should be working in tandem with the amount of debt that we're taking on every single day. SHIB has not done that yet. Therefore, how early are you? You are extremely early to the rat race in SHIB. Everyone else, unfortunately, is missing the boat because they didn't catch on to it when I was talking about this 2 years ago. They didn't understand this concept and how it's kind of like endless on what you can do with it. Exactly. Especially when you start using it as currency and buying your burgers and your fries and your cars and your houses with it. Every time you do it, there's going to be a reduction in circulating supply because it's built in that way. It's built that way because it's supposed to help reduce the circulating supply, adding value to it. So would it be in my best interest to buy it? Absolutely. Every single organization is going to buy it because they want to reduce it because reducing it increases their value. So, and they don't do anything and they're getting rewarded to do it. The governments are paying them to reduce the circulating supply at will. So that is only one aspect of it. Then there's your aspect of it on a consumer side of it. If I buy something, I'm getting rewarded by its reducing its circulating supply. So I'm not getting rid of my currency. I'm actually adding value to it, not by just owning something that has value, like your house, like your car. Well, your car don't add value unless you're buying a very high-end car and you never drive it. It's the same thing with your house. You look at your house and go, it's an investment. If I buy a castle, yeah, as long as you maintain it, you look after it, it becomes an asset. Within a short period of time, it can easily double in value. But why would you want to do that when SHIB is going up 3 to 4x every time someone reduces a major supply of it, like the SHIB 50/50 raffle? But once it gets to that point, that we get it to our level, our mission, of either it gets to under 2 billion or it gets to 35 pounds per coin. So that's our goal. That's our mission for SHIB. How fast can we get there? Well, it all depends on how many tickets we sell. It depends on how fast SHIB grows, how many people are coming into SHIB. Everything is dependent, but I can tell you right now, there's not a single person on this planet who doesn't want to make money. So SHIB is a guaranteed way to make money? Absolutely. How fast can it grow? That depends on how many people are you willing to tell about SHIB. Once they get a hold of it and everybody gets to talk about it, then we get to see the benefits of it. Make sense? We'll go through some numbers. We'll go through SHIB's price right now. Here, I'll show the link. SHIB's price right now is 29,438. Okay, so again, that number again from SHIB is 4029438. Now we could get into the graph. I know everybody loves graphs. The green candles are your wick up, and then the red candles are the wick down. And then each of the candles represent the time slot for the trend. Okay, so you got to keep that in mind. For every rocket down, that's a time slot. And then the bulk is where the majority of the volume is happening. So when you see the top of the stick to the bottom of the stick, the majority of what is being traded is in the bulk. Okay, the thinning of it is the less of the volume. So there's less volume when it comes down, and then it picks up steam. And that's the same thing when it goes up, right? First, it starts off with a little pop, and then you have your big candle wick. That's when the money comes in, and then it stops, and then it slows down, and then it picks up. Oh, we got more. Then the volume picks up. Oh, and then we got a little bit on the top. That means the volume's thinning out, and they're not killing the momentum yet. Then they kill the momentum, right? Shoots up, then they start killing the momentum because there's not enough buyers. There's too many sellers, not enough buyers. It's the whole purpose of the candlestick is to understand that concept. So that gives you a rough estimate of what's going on. Now, I don't like getting into graphs, especially with SHIB. SHIB can explode any second of any day of any time slot. It is a matter of time, guys, before this ignites. Okay, the more people coming in, there's more people coming in and more people coming in. Some of those are going to be organization holders. Some of them are going to be fund managers. Some of them are going to be market analysts. And then you're going to have bankers looking at it. And eventually company owners. When those company owners realize what SHIB is, you're going to see this massive drive and then the reduction in SHIB circulating supply from every single outfit. So it might not look like much, like 100,000, 200,000, because they're testing the waters. So it's going to be 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 being reduced. SHIB, I mean, talking about SHIBs, not money. Okay, no 100,000s just yet. It's just going to be a couple bucks, 50, 60, 70, 80, maybe $100 being reduced in SHIB circulating supply. And the reason why that is, they want to test the waters to see if they can go to their accountant and write this off against their taxes. And if they can write this off against their taxes, this is going to explode. Because what happens is they see it as a benefit to them, reducing the circulating supply. Not to you, not to me, but to them. So BP's, for instance, or brand, they look at it as a whole. And they say, and there's somebody in the CEO there that says, hey, wait a second. You know what? We're losing money every quarter because we don't have enough clientele buying our produce or buying our pizzas or our steakhouses. They're not coming anymore. So how can we offset this? Oh, you know what we can do? We can start buying SHIB, enormous amounts of it. And then what we can do is we can start reducing some of it and see if we can write that off on our taxes. If we can do that, then when the government's going to pay us to reduce the circulating supply of SHIB, it's going to drive the value up. Exactly. So what they do is they test the waters. A couple bucks here, a couple bucks there. Nothing major, because they don't want to get caught and say they can't do it, right? The whole idea of this is to actually use it and use it as a benefit. So they'll get their accountant to look at it, and he'll say yay or nay, and then he'll say, well, you know what? Let's do it, and then I'll submit it as a form of tax credit and see what happens. 80% chance, no, 100% chance it's a write-off. So the government's going to pay you to write it off. And they want you to write it off. Do you know why? Because it takes the money out of circulation on the US, on Canadian, on whoever's doing it. It takes that money that they've printed and actually takes it off the marketplace, adding value to their currency. So every currency is going to want to do this. This is why it's very important, because the national banks are going to want to take part of it. And when they start, it's over. Your SHIB is going to go through the roof, and they're like, oh, the 1 cent dream is gone, the 2 cent dream is gone, the 50 cent dream is gone, because now you're talking dollars, $50, $60, $70, and that's how fast it'll happen. It'll be gone from you. They'll buy it right now for nothing, because that's what it is. To them, it's nothing. A $10 billion or $50 billion market cap on a global scale is nothing to these people. It's like they're buying Bitcoin, for heaven's sakes. They're buying 1 million, 2 million Bitcoin. So if you can buy 2 million Bitcoin, that's 10 times SHIB. You know what I'm saying? So if you're thinking about it that way, it's nothing to them to buy SHIB. And SHIB is cheap all around the world. So that's the other stick for everybody to take part of, because it's so cheap that everybody can take part of it. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, everybody would be like, uh, people are like, what? It's got too much supply. SHIB's got way too much supply. SHIB has got 589 trillion SHIBs outstanding. Everybody says the exact same thing. Who says that? Who says SHIB's got way too much outstanding supply? Okay. Anybody know how to do math? Okay. How many people live in your country? How many people live in your country? Anybody? Okay, for the states, I'm going to tell you right now, it's 355 million. Okay, if you took 355 million people, half of them can't, or 70% of them can vote. That means 70% of 355 million can buy SHIB. And SHIB is exactly at what price? At $30, they can buy 1 million SHIB. Okay, so if all of them went out tomorrow and bought 1 million SHIB, how much SHIB is left in circulation? Okay, so 250 million of them go out and buy 1 million worth of SHIB. That is 250 or 248 trillion SHIB eradicated. Okay. Did you know that 40 wallet holders hold 310 trillion SHIB right now? The top 50 wallet holders, so in the top 50 wallet holders hold 310 trillion SHIB right now. So your 250 trillion SHIB is gone. That because there's not enough supply now. All of a sudden you have no supply. What happened? Well, because and you have a whole bunch of them trying forcing themselves that they'll have to spend more money to buy 1 million because no one's selling it for the price that they paid for it, as they shouldn't, because it adds value every time someone reduces it, and every organization on the planet is going to start reducing it because it's going to add value to their wallet. Every time you reduce it and they hold a massive amount of it, it's going to add value to them. Now, are they going to reduce all of it at once? No. No, because their idea is to sell it to you at a higher price. And with little supply, they want to get that 4 times spread, 4 to 5 times spread, because eventually it's going to be 10 times spread and eventually 100 times spread. And then eventually, maybe next little while, it'll be 1,000 times spread. So there's 1,000 times from the time they bought it, there's 1,000 times that they want to get before they sell it to you. Does that make sense? No. Well, why would they do that? Because it turns into a currency then. And it becomes a commodity everybody wants. So all the national banks are going to want it. They're going to pay top dollar for it if they have to buy it from you. But I guarantee you, once it hits that 1 cent or close to 1 cent area, 80% or 90% of the people holding it are going to sell it. I'm thinking 99% of it, 99% of the people are going to start dumping it like a mad dog, trying to get that billion or trying to make that million, 200 million, $300 million off of SHIB. And then they'll be like, it's dead. They'll be saying to everybody, it's dead in the water, blah, blah, blah. But the truth of the matter is, what's going to happen? More people are going to go in. More people are going to go in. Once it starts to dip, everybody's going to start piling in. Why? It's reducing its circulating supply. All these people who sold it, now have to pay taxes. How are they going to avoid that tax? They have to reduce SHIB to do it. Exactly. So you want to avoid your taxes 20, 30%, and you got $100 million worth of your fiat currency. All of a sudden, now you have to pay the main man, or you can reduce circulating supply of SHIB. I didn't sell all my SHIB, so I'll be reducing the circulating supply of SHIB by 20 to 30%, depending on how much capital gains I got to pay. If I was smart, I would have done that in the first place before selling it. Exactly. You sell only what you're using to reduce the circulating supply with first, initially, so that you can drive up the value of SHIB on to benefit you as you're cashing it out. Makes sense to everybody? I love you all. I wish you all the very best. This was a short session. I talked about this in previous sessions and in correspondence. We'll get into the wallet holders, but normally, I'm sorry, but I have to cut it short tonight. Like I said, I'm not well. Okay, so we are at 1,400,000. Okay, hold on. Share the link. Did I share the link? Yes, I shared the link. So right now we're sitting at 1,446,541 currently. Okay, we'll get into what else is there. The burns. I know everybody loves the burns. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to share the link. Okay, so this was 4 days ago, 4 hours ago. 250,000 SHIB were burned. 562,000 SHIB were burned. Now they could have bought tickets with that, right? But they chose not to. 52,596,000. 528 SHIB were burned earlier. Okay, so what does the burns do for us? That's your utility, guys. Every time we do a burn, that's utility because it's adding to the value because we are reducing the circulating supply. So when you go up here, you see total burns initialized by the supply. That is your proof that it's being reduced, and it's being reduced daily, right? Majority of what's going on is being reduced daily. Now, every company, every organization is going to be doing the exact same thing periodically. So you're going to see those in and outs. And like I said, at first, what you see is this: you see a new wallet or an old wallet just liquidating it to find out if they can write that off. And then once they find out that they can write that off, they go to their accountant. Accountant says, yes, absolutely, you can write that off. You just keep your wallet address, the amount that you reduced it, and the fees that you did before you reduced it. So you can write the whole thing off as goodwill, capital loss, or a donation to the SHIB community. No, a donation, period. Okay, you donated that money. So that's gone. Okay, then because it is got zero governance, zero governing body over it, there's no administration fees, there's no CEO fees, there's no CFO fees, there's no overhead costs whatsoever. It's zero. The only thing that SHIB has got is the people behind it that appreciate the value of it. So, how do we appreciate the value of it? We hold it. That's how we appreciate the value of it. We buy SHIB, we hold it. As long as we hold it, there's value in it. If we sell it, we're selling it back to the fiat currency. We lose on the value. We gain on the dollar value. So right now, no one wants to use SHIB to buy pizza. No one wants to go down in history as the guy that sold his SHIB to buy pizza, because then eventually there'll be a SHIB pizza day, or a SHIB burger day, or a SHIB Subway day. It'll end up like that back in May 2022 with the Bitcoin pizza guy, right? You don't want to be that guy. No one wants to be that guy. So that's why they don't do it. But you have no problem selling it right now. Yeah, your mentality has not kicked in. So the mentality of it is you're gaining in value when you reduce the circulating supply. Now, does it matter how much it reduces? No, as long as it's reducing the circulating supply. Now, of course, we want to see bigger burns. Absolutely. But I'd rather see what? More people come in to SHIB. That also adds value to SHIB, right? 1 million, 8 billion people on the planet. Hello, 1 billion people buying SHIB. There's not enough supply, guys. There's just not enough supply for you. So you have to get on the ball. Everybody's got to get on the ball. Spread the word. Tell everybody. SHIB is where you need to put your money. You want to make money. And you're going to make a lot of money. No word about it. You're going to make a ton of money in SHIB. When is it going to explode? That is the $1 million question to everybody. And to prove my point about SHIB, that's why I take you through all these sections, right? Right now, you're looking at CoinCarp. Now, let's go back in here. We'll share the link here. That's just CoinCarp. Okay, we're into the burn wallet address. Now we're into CoinCarp. Okay, now what's with CoinCarp? Okay, so CoinCarp tells you the amount of wallet holders are there and who's holding what in those wallets. So Binance took the number one spot. They moved 2 trillion over to take the number one spot. 2.366 trillion. 2.366 trillion SHIBs to take the number one spot. They're also holding 8 million. And then they got another 9.6 trillion. 8.8 trillion for Binance. So you do the math on it, you can see just how much value they're adding. And it's smart to do it this way because why? Because it avoids paying gas fees, guys. They buy it, then they sell it to you. And then instead of you selling it back on the marketplace, they buy it from you, from their exchange. So there's no gas fees. Therefore, whatever gas fees they want to charge, that's the fee that they're charging you. That's why it's important for them to buy all the SHIB they can get their hands on. And every exchange needs to do this in order for them to avoid paying gas fees. That way they can lower the fees to whatever they want. And they can reduce it based on the fact that you have to pay them the fees. So once they reduce it, that means that they're not paying for the reduction. You are. Plus, they're getting the benefit of using it as a tax write-off. So it's a double stamping, right? Every time they reduce the circulating supply is a write-off for them. So they use the fees, a portion of those fees to reduce the circulating supply. Then they're using those fees to buy more SHIB from you. That's exactly how it flows. And you see what's going on. The circulating supply is starting to be dwindled down as more and more, because what has happened with SHIB circulating supply? Every time we move SHIB around, billions of trillions of SHIB go through. That's billions and trillions of SHIB potentially being reduced in circulating supply on a daily basis. So you're seeing, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million on transactions of 100 million or 200 million dollars worth of transactions. So you know darn well what's going on. You're being bought out by these organizations. That's exactly what they're doing. Is they're nickel and diming you. They're nickel and diming the traders, because the traders are the ones making the money. So what's happening is the traders are eventually paying more and more and more and more and more and more for that they're not catching on to, because they're not smart enough to understand what is going on. The whole process is you're buying it and selling it back to the exchanges at your risk tolerance. So they're the ones reducing the circulating supply based on the amount of money they're making from you. So you have to take that into consideration. Crypto.com used to be number 2. They're not anymore. They're number 3, right? They're 34 trillion right here. This is them. And then right here, this is BlackRock and Robinhood. BlackRock and Robinhood are together, okay? Just so that you know. Like I said, the top 50 wallet holders are holding 53% of the circulating supply. That is going to change as Gate.io, Bitflyer, Qcoin, Bybit, Binance, there's a HTX, OKX. OKX owns, see, they used to be on the top 2, and now they've moved in because I think they're starting to catch on. The more they obtain, the faster we can reduce the circulating supply, the faster we can grow as a exchange. And it solidifies them as an exchange because they're the ones buying it and selling it to the people that represent their countries. So every single person that's buying and selling is an adaptation to what's going on with them. So every single one of them is going to want to buy it. And I said before, exchanges need to own about 20 trillion SHIB. That way they solidify themselves and keep themselves with enough SHIB that by using the fees to reduce the circulating supply and offsetting that difference on each time that they buy it and sell it to the people that are trying to buy it and sell it, getting in and out. Every time this guy wants it, he's got to pay a fee. Every time this guy wants it, he has to pay a fee. So there's 2 transactions per 2 people. One's buying it, one's selling it. And there's 2 fees there. Well, those 2 fees are coming into the exact same exchange because they're the ones that are allowing it to happen rather than over the period. The ones that are transferring currency around, that's actually adding 0 value to them. So the whole idea of them is to offer DeFi wallets, offer them trust wallets, or offer them other wallets to protect their assets. Once they do that, that's another fee that they can be charging them because remember, if they own that much SHIB, they're just transferring the wealth from you to them. So they don't have to pay the fees anymore because they already paid those fees up front. So there's no fees to you anymore. So those fees are gone. So that's why they buy so much SHIB, so that everybody can trade that SHIB back and forth to themselves. That's the whole purpose of it. That's just it. So they'd be smart to get into it and do it for the long haul. Now, how many of them are doing it? There's not very many exchanges that are looking at it. And they should be, because they should be buying enormous amounts of SHIB. There's an enormous amount of money to be made. So I'm not understanding why they wouldn't take part in it. We'll get into right here. I'll show you. Okay, so right here we have, I don't know if you can see it just yet because it's slowed down. So what we'll do is we'll let it come through. But I'm going to call it short, guys. I'm not well, like I said. So, okay. So right here, it's 45 trillion SHIB traded hands in just a little while. Okay, 24-hour window, 24-hour volume, 45.9 trillion SHIBs have traded hands. Now, how many exchanges are holding that 45 trillion SHIB. 3, 4, 5. How many of them are buying it and selling it right from Ethereum, right off the Ethereum network? Okay, well, they got to stop that. So, how would you stop it? Well, you'd buy it on your terms. So, you buy it at whatever price that you want to pay for it. But after you've paid it, you don't pay that anymore. Robinhood has done this. So, every single exchange out there hasn't caught on to it, but they have. And the fees that they're charging is over and above what they paid for it because they bought it down here. They bought it down here. They bought it when it was lower, 19, 18, 17, 16, because they were smart. They went all in. And then when you see those big green candles, that's whales buying it. Well, who are those whales? It could be Robinhood buying it. It could be Coinbase. It could be um, CoinGecko, like Wellies or Weeble could be buying it. Anyone who wants to make money would buy it, enormous amounts of it, so they can start incorporating the gas fees and lowering them so that they gain market share. So every time they do it, Robinhood's already done it. Okay, they've reduced the market share because they could do it because they bought so much of it at a lower price, and whatever price it is right now, the fees they just charge you extra. And because they charge you lower than what the standard fees are going for, everybody wants to hold it. And that's the whole idea. When you look at CoinGecko, they do margins and spreads. So they offer you zero fees, but what they're doing is they're taking it on the margin. So that's why when you look at SHIB right now, it looks at 32 to buy it, and then to sell it is actually 28 something because they want that spread. So they're not charging you, but they are charging you. So they say zero fees, but they don't mean zero fees. They just mean they're, and when you look at it, it's over the amount that you'd be paying for through someone else. So someone else is coming on, but like Coinbase should be doing it. There should be a lot of organizations that actually start doing it. I don't know. I'm not sure why they're not doing it just yet. Um, Hold on to your Bobby socks. Okay, so to give you the rundown on tonight, it's Monday. It is approximately 6:14. We're going to give you the rundown. BTC 95,844. Ethereum 3,642.93. XRP 274. Oh, they're getting close to that $3 mark. That is awesome. I think they were there before 288. I think they come down a little bit. Solana 226.66. BNB 653.61. Doge 42. ADA Cardano 1249. Hey, they've gone up a little bit. They were at 102 before. Now they're at 224. So Avalanche 51.84. Tron is at 22 cents. Yeah, Avalanche is at 51.84. That's awesome. And our number one, our biggest supporter, our currency that is going to skyrocket soon. Well, we don't know if it's going to happen soon, but we know it's going to happen. We just don't know when. But it will rocket to new heights. And that SHIB sitting at 402947 ton coin, $6.55. XLM 53 cents. Link, chain link, 2514. Dot, wow, look at Dot go, $10.23. BWTC 95.719. HBAR, HBAR, 34 cents, up 43%. Wow, that's a nice move. BNCH, BCH, Bitcoin Cash, 538.77. LTC, Litecoin, 133.04. Near Protocol, NEAR, $7.52. Pepe, number 22, 402035. Look at them go. They're getting close to SHIB's price, actually. Una, swap 14.13. Sui, SUI, $3.37. And number 25, your favorite, not is APT, Aptons, 13.99, close to $14. And if anyone cares, number 26 is ICP, Internet Computing, 13.88, up 5.51%. Out of all these, the only one that you should own is Bitcoin and SHIB. They're the only ones with zero governance. Everything else has governance. So they have a CEO, they have a CFO. Some of them don't have a board, but they do have directors. They're just not visible. Their administration, they may or may not have administration, but you have a CEO and a CFO. So if you have a CEO, they have to pay them. So they're either getting paid by you or whenever every time that the market spikes up. And no word of a lie, they can mint as many coins as they want once they get into trouble. They make 3 or 4 bad decisions, they got to mint coin. They can't go out and ask for rights that warrants to help them out of a jam like stock market can. They don't have that kind of manipulation, but they do have the manipulation to print more or mint more coins on anything that they have. So if they need to get bailed out, that's what they can do. SHIB doesn't have that ability. Bitcoin don't have that ability. They can't mint anymore. They are done. So the only thing they can do is what? Bitcoin is limited, but it is what right now? It is mining. So there's printing going on. But how many can they have, right? When they don't have 20 million, 21 million, but that's when their cap is supposed to happen. Then someone said 25 million. I'm not sure which it is. But anyway, I would rather buy something that is got governance, not governance, sorry. I'd rather buy something that has zero governance and is cheap for the entire world to buy because that itself speaks volumes. And if everybody in the world can buy it, that means everybody in the world can what? Get extremely wealthy and get happy. And when you have when you have a supply like that, it gets everybody excited because there's no discrimination whatsoever. Anybody can buy it. And that's why I laugh because even with my channel only getting 15 to 16, 20 hits a day, I kind of laugh. I sit back and sit there and goes, nobody wants to get educated in this stuff. Nobody wants to see the benefits of a circulating supply that's working backwards. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to make, everybody talks about this before. What would you rather have, $5 million, or would you rather have 1 cent a day for 31 days? Well, in 31 days, you have $10 million. In 30 days, you have over $5 million. And once it's accumulated, that's what you have. It's 5,600,000 and something thousand. Or you take the 5 million and go your own way right away. But you're better off just taking the 1 cent and doubling it every single day. In SHIB, it works the opposite way. It works the opposite way. So it's still making you money because it's reducing its circulating supply. And the more and more people catching on to it, the faster it reduces its circulating supply. So you got to keep that in mind. So with the SHIB 50 Raffle, it's supposed to burn the candle at 4 sides, right? Divide it by 4, and it's supposed to burn it that much faster. It just gets us there quicker. And that's why I'm kind of shocked that no one's caught on to it and no one's talking about it because everybody should be talking about it. Anyway, I'm Will, your host. Thank you so much. God bless each and every one of you. Love you all. Too bad that I couldn't have guest speakers come on. Too bad I couldn't have Raffle, but we hold off till tomorrow. Like I said, we get into this and then we hold an educational portion of this. This was the educational portion of this. So thank you, everybody. God bless you. Thanks to our Lord Jesus Christ. And thanks to the people coming. Live long and prosper, everybody. And peace out. And sorry I didn't see you, Jason. Yeah, if you come on later, big shout out to Jason Cox. Big shout out to Wena. Big shout out to Babe's channel. Big shout out to Lexi. Um, Anyone coming in and then catching this later, that's awesome. Thank you so much. And don't forget to put your hand up and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate every single person that comes in here. We love you all. We want to see everybody succeed in this. So that's why we're here, is to make sure that you get your education that you need to make a wise, unbiased opinion, uh, and do your research in your own time and how you feel about it when you come in. Now you can't look at the price every day. We look at the price every day only because we can and we do, but because I got to change the ticket prices every time the prices go up and down, I got to change the ticket prices. That's why I use pounds, so I don't have to do it so often. And you can say that's being lazy, but if you were to put this in like Vietnamese dollars, I'd be changing it every 5 seconds. Right? You kind of get the idea of why it's like that. If you go through all the pages, you'll start to understand what's going on, and you'll understand just how important SHIB is, and that everybody needs to get into it as soon as possible. Now, am I saying go out and buy $500 worth? This is not financial advice, guys. Okay, you spend whatever you can afford to lose, and because it's crypto, you have to remember that when you get onto an exchange, the first thing they ask you is, "This is a loss already." Never get out your personal information. Never give out your keys. Anything that asks you for your 12 keys, you don't even give those out to your wife or your sons or your family. So you wouldn't give them to strangers. It's just that simple. Anybody who can access that information. It took you 2 hours, 3 hours to set it up with your name and filling out the forms and reading through all the documentation that you have to fill out. Why would you spend all that time going through all the security checks for your identification so that you can buy cryptocurrency only to have it taken from you in less than a minute? That's how powerful those keys are. They give you the 12 key phrases or seed phrases. Those are yours to keep forever. Put them, lock them away. With those, you can move your currency. I forgot my wallet address. No problem. You got those 12 keys. Go to Exodus. Exodus charges you a certain amount of money. You can pull it, all your money, all your funds from those exchanges in less than a minute, guys. It takes less than a minute to set up your Exodus platform to take your keys. And once you have your keys, boom, you can pull that money out of your wallet. Now it does cost a fee. It's a little bit more, but you think about it, better than losing it, right? Just so that you're aware of it. Anyway, I'm Will, your host. Thank you so much. Have a great and wonderful evening, guys. Cheers. Love you all. Peace out. We'll rock out.